Hello, I'm Webster-Fantroy, and I'd like to introduce you to my signature project, Operation Phoenix Rising OPR. So, beginning with my project, after examining the school's tested reading levels taken at the beginning of the 223 school year, compared to the results from the middle of the school year, it was noted that there was no significant increase in learning or reading. In some instances, there was even a decrease. So the trend reveals problems with instructions and made me question what was going on in the classroom, or more importantly, what was not going on. And the lack of quality instruction and the trends that show student decreases in learning led me to look at the experience of the teachers. My question is, who is providing ineffective instruction? So, over the past 3 years, there's been a decrease in test scores. However, if you look at teacher experience, you'll also see the trends um, of teacher experience follow that lower instruction, because as the experience decline, so does the instruction. Also, along with the inexperience, a teacher's lack of experience, it affects discipline, effective instruction, rigor, and absenteeism. We also see declines in absenteeism, or increases in absenteeism. If you look at the chart, there I didn't include the pandemic years, but after the pandemic, you see increased absenteeism rising. And not all of those are due to poor instruction, but poor instruction is a great factor in it. All right, so you see those 2 years where it's steadily increasing, where we were starting to make changes before the pandemic. So some of my pre-project data, along with the identified problem, you will know an analysis of student reading comprehension levels at Percy Julian High School reveals significant concerns. Data showed minimum growth in reading scores between the beginning and middle of the school year, with some students regressing. Findings indicated three key things: a direct correlation between teacher inexperience and lower student comprehension levels, an increase in absenteeism, partly due to perceiving little value in classroom instruction, and newer teaching staff, many of whom are non traditional educators with less than 2 years of experience. The core problem is the lack of quality strategic teaching that negatively impacts student comprehension, engagement, and attendance. So, as I connect it to my literature, the literature review supports the idea that strategic teaching methods can drive academic success, improving learning outcomes. Jorif and Burley, Lamov, and Marzano all theorized that the manipulation of teaching practices using interactive teaching strategies will maximize learning, improve retention, and provide quality instruction. Purposeful and planned use of instructional strategies maximize student growth and learning, as evidenced by instructional strategies detailed in Doug Lamov's Teach Like a Champion, Marzano's New Art and Science of Teaching, and Jorif and Burley's Secondary Teacher Perspectives on Sustaining Growth Mindset Concepts in Instruction, which form the foundation for this project. A few key takeaways. One of the first one is that we need to work on strategic teaching and the growth mindset. Research by Jory and Burley and Marzano highlight how intentional teaching strategies foster academic retention and growth. Structured instruction. Lamov's work on structured strategic instruction aligns with the OPR, Operation Phoenix Rising, approach to embedding teaching strategies in the before, during, and after phases of instruction. Differentiation and technology integration, the use of elevation modules to improve instructions for ELL learners aligned with Mariotti's emphasis on differentiated instruction. Also, PLCs, the book Teach Like a Champion, reinforces the idea that structured professional development and strategic observations can help teachers refine their instructional techniques. Heffelblauer highlights that when teachers collaborate and align instruction with proficiency scales, their teaching becomes more effective and differentiated. And last, teacher observations and feedback. Observation based feedback aligns with Marzano's New Art and Science of Teaching, which suggests that frequent structured feedback helps teachers refine their method. Also, according to Burley, reflecting on teaching practices leads to a culture of continuous improvement. So, the action plan was to have a plan, and this plan has 5 stages. I'm going to read stage 1 and 2, and then as we go through 3, 4, and 5 mimic stage 2, so I'm not going to read every part of those stages. But stage 1, from July to August, the point is to have several teachers attend a mega conference in Mobile, Alabama, where teachers will take part in sessions that deal with strategic teaching and classroom management. Those teachers that will attend will also come back and give turnaround professional development to those who weren't able to attend. We'll have the introduction to Doug Lamov's Teach Like a Champion, and we'll study chapters 1 and 2 and chapter 10. And throughout this entire year, we'll be studying different parts of the book, but we should end up covering the entire book. Also, introduction to structured planning with the before, during, and after with strategic teaching strategies in it, and a required lesson plan template so that we can monitor and make sure everybody's planning and that they have those structures within their lesson that they need. Also, we're going to begin grade level planning PLCs. So the departments will plan together and we'll have grade level PLCs so the teachers that are teaching the same grade level classes can plan together and we can monitor instruction and monitor the strategies. We'll also complete a beginning of the year strategic teaching survey. We'll assign and proctor HMH the growth measure beginning of the year exam because this is going to be our measure for how we measure the students. And then we're going to chart the initial data from the survey and from the beginning of the year exam. In stage 2, which will also mimic stages 3, 4, and 5, we will have monthly PD sessions. In September, we'll go over chapter 11 of Teach Like a Champion. We will deal with behavior expectation strategies. We'll complete elevation module number 1. In October, we'll look at chapter 3 of Lamov's Teach Like a Champion, which will be checks for understanding strategies, which will be the PD. The elevation module will be number 2, and it will be the introduction to long-term ELL learners. Teachers will receive 2 teacher evaluations within this window, and we will continue grade level planning PLCs weekly. Stage 3, like I said, it mimics stage 2. It's just a change of the chapters and what the PD concentrates. Each PD concentrates on the chapters that we're dealing with in Doug Lamov's Teach Like a Champion. So the action plan will continue through stage 3. Moving on through stage 4, which goes from January to April, we'll continue the PD. We'll continue the weekly PLCs. There will be 2 more observations. And with those observations, teachers will receive feedback, timely feedback that they could use in the process of this action plan. Moving on to stage 5, we'll go ahead and we'll continue with Teach Like a Champion, and we'll concentrate on that PD for chapter 12. Building student motivation and trust strategies. We'll continue weekly grade level planning PLCs. We're coming toward the end of the year, And so we will have another teacher survey, which we will compare with the results from our first teacher survey. We'll also have the end of the year exam in HMH. We'll have the results to be able to compare to the beginning of the year HMH growth measure exam, the middle of the year growth measure and exam, and we'll be able to chart the data and make some comments about the entire action plan. So the proposed implementation and justification, the decision to focus on strategic teaching strategies is justified by Jarif and Burley, Lamov, and Marzano's research indicating that effective teaching methods are more sustainable and scalable solution than short-term curriculum changes or staffing modifications, as evidenced by Jarif and Burley, Lamov, and Marzano. Basically, what I'm saying in short is that we are going to give our teachers the tools that they need to be successful rather than looking for more experienced teachers. Some alternative actions to that could be hiring experienced teachers instead of training new ones, introducing new curriculum and materials rather than focus on teaching strategies, and expanding online learning rather than emphasizing structured classroom instruction. We feel like we will get more bang out of our buck to give teachers the tools that they need so that they can be successful, and that success will transfer to any curriculum or any classroom. So we have some projected outcomes with the charts that we have listed here. And so if we go through this entire process, it is the hopes that learning will increase, reading will increase, and then we can push this plan out a second year and we can use it in all subject areas. But we'll see on level, approaching, and above level comprehension increase and our below levels decrease. We'll also see absenteeism decrease and more students see the importance of being in school. So the collected data will reveal that if the data aligns with expectations, the implementation of structured teaching methods successfully improve comprehension and engagement. If the data falls short of expectations, adjustments may be needed in professional development effectiveness, lesson implementation, or student support strategies. And lastly, we can continue to compare our historical data to determine the impact of OPR, the Operation Phoenix Rising, with this year and the years to come. Our connection to student achievement by empowering teachers with better strategies, students receive more structured and effective instruction directly impacting their academic success. And so this higher comprehension will correlate with increased ACT scores and college readiness, better classroom engagement and reduced absenteeism, higher confidence and participation in learning activities, and higher academic achievement, which will reflect in an improved school report card. Some recommendations would be sustained professional development, continue strategic training beyond the study of the period. And this professional development can be turnaround professional development that our teachers provide for other teachers. We can also attend outside professional development. But we also can expand the OPR to other subjects like math, science, and social studies. We can strengthen our mentorships through the OPR, pairing new teachers with experienced mentors to accelerate their professional growth. We can integrate more technology with the use of AI tools, gamification, and digital platforms. And we can monitor the long-term impact. For example, as I previously said, we can continue to monitor OPR and how it has caused growth in comprehension and growth in the classroom. But it will also let us know when we do not see growth, where we need to go make changes in strategies, make changes in helping a teacher with more professional development. Here are a list of my resources. Thank you.